Oh my goodness, I know it's been a while, but I just wanted to share our next adventure. We're moving to France! Yay! All right, so we got our France long stay visitor visa. And I wanted to share with you exactly how we did it in the timeline. So, after living in Portugal for over a year, and then living in Romania for almost a year. Now we are moving to France. We finally made the decision to move to France. Yes, we've been to France several times, but something about the last time we visited France just felt like it is a place we are supposed to be. So, over the last year and a half, we've visited multiple countries where we explored whether or not we could live there. Of course, Italy. We've been to Italy multiple times, especially since we bought our vacation property there in 2021. We love it. We love the people. We love our friends. But as far as Italy, who knows? Someday it might be our final place, but not yet. Not yet. So, right now, for now, we are moving to France. We explored Italy, we explored Thailand. So, last year we went to Chiang Mai, Thailand, and we stayed for, I don't know, about 6 or 7 weeks. And we explored it. We thought maybe, from what we hear, that Thailand might be the place. And we absolutely loved it. So it isn't as if, Thailand was not a great place, but it just wasn't our place. And then this year, we also went to Panama for about 5 weeks or so. And we explored it to see if maybe Panama is our place. Yes, we've been to Panama before, but it just isn't our place. We also visited Vlorë, Albania, and we were there for about a month. We rented a very nice apartment. We rented bikes for the month because we are bike riders and we love riding our bikes. We really, really enjoyed it. It's absolutely beautiful. We had a great time there, as we do every place we go. But again, it's a great place. It's just not our place, at least not yet. So, in this video, I am going to walk you through the process and the timeline of what it took us to get our French or France long stay visitor visa. Okay? But all the places that we have visited, they never felt like, except for Italy. And Italy is not out of the question totally yet. Um, but all the places that we visited, they never felt like our place. Italy does. But the other places that we visited, they were great. Could we live there? Absolutely. But they're just not our place. So if I can do one thing with this video, of course, besides share with you our experience or what it takes to move to France, the one other thing that I would like to share with you or to help you to understand is that moving to a new country, you don't have to look at the move as your final move, right? If you get to a place and you enjoy it, but maybe it's not your place, you can move. It's not as if we're a tree, right? We can move. And for us, that new adventure, the move is a joy. So each place we visited, I think, or I should say, out of all the places that we visited, we never felt as if this place This country is going to be our final place, our final country. But somehow this move to France feels different. We knew that we would come to Romania and we would stay here for probably a year. We knew that we would not stay in Portugal more than a couple of years. But somehow, France just feels a little bit different. We don't know yet, but right now, France feels a little bit different. And there are some clear advantages for moving to France that I want to share with you. You know, one of the things that no one or few people talk about when you move to another country, if you are on Social Security, one of the things that you have to consider, and I would say that when you are looking into or trying to decide which country that you are going to move to, consider how your Social Security will be taxed. I think that if Italy didn't tax US Social Security as regular income, of course, they have the 7% flat tax if you're in, rural areas or in the center of the country. So that is an option. But I think if Italy didn't tax your Social Security as heavily, I think we might have moved to Italy. But France, at least right now, the tax treaty between France and the US, your US Social Security is not taxed in France. Is it going to be taxed? Yes, absolutely, because the US taxes your Social Security if you're an American, no matter where you are. Your US Social Security is going to be taxed, but France won't tax it. And we know that in most European countries, the taxes are higher than they are in the US. Although it's not a problem, it's not a problem for the most part, because what you get for those taxes, the reasonable health care, the great health care, it's worth every dime that you pay in tax. So, the advantages of France: no tax on the US Social Security, at least it's not taxed in France. The healthcare in France is one of the highest in the world, the highest quality in the world. France has a great, great healthcare system. Another reason for France is because France has programs that support seniors maintaining their independence. So basically, you get to age in place, right? And there are agencies that can help you come to your home and things like that as you are getting older. And since we are retirees, that is one thing to consider. Another advantage of France is that we love the slower lifestyle. And of course, if you live in a big city, in a major city, you can have the lifestyle that you want, and it's probably not slower if you live in Paris. But for us, we will live in a rural city called Les Doras. Not sure if I'm pronouncing it right as of yet, but that's where we intend to live. And we think that a slower lifestyle will allow us to live more intentionally, connect to community. So that is why we chose France, right? Why we chose Les Doras is for a few other reasons, right? Because when you move to France, you can choose an area that is expensive, such as Paris or Nice or anywhere in the Provence, but we chose Les Doras. And it has a very affordable cost of living. The community, when we visited, was very friendly. The city, the town is walkable, and it has a local train station that will allow us to easily explore other parts of France and Europe, period. The other reason that we chose it is because it's close to an airport. And of course, we chose it because it's only a few hours from Paris via train. So, although we want to have access to Paris, we don't want to pay the Paris prices, nor do we want the Parisian lifestyle. We prefer a more relaxed lifestyle. So, what was the process? All right. So, mid April, yeah. So, we made that appointment online. And then during our trip to, while we were still in Albania, we got a call or we got an email asking us to up our appointment from the 15th to April 9th. And so we left Albania about 4 days early so that we could get there on the 4th, so that we could get all of our paperwork together so that we can attend our appointment on the 9th. Now, mind you, there were a few things that we had already taken care of, such as a certified copy of our birth certificate and a certified copy of our marriage certificate. Because any government documents that are government issued, they have to be certified and translated into French. So we had them certified, and then all we had to do while we were still here in Romania was to have them translated into French. So we went online, found the certified company that could translate our documents. We emailed them copies of the documents, and the next day we went and picked up our translated documents. So no problem at all. All right, so then we made copies of our bank statements, of our, what else? Bank statements, of all of our documents. We made multiple copies of everything. And so one of the things that we did with our improving our income, right? Improving our Social Security income, because that's what we qualified on. What we did was we got a letter from the Social Security website. We got that, but I think more importantly, what we did was for 6 months, we made copies of our bank statements and we showed where each Social Security payment went into our bank account. We also prove via our investment accounts, via our bank accounts, that we had substantial savings. So even if there was a problem with the Social Security, which it was fine, we had the backup showing that we had plenty of funds just in case. So we put all that, we made copies of all those things, duplicate copies of everything. And then we went to our visa appointment on the 9th. And of course, we were a bit afraid because for Portugal, for Romania, we had hired attorneys to help us through the process. But for France, we did not. So we got all of our paperwork together, and on April 9th, we went to our appointment. So we walk in the door, and oh my goodness, it was the fastest process we've ever gone through. So we walk in the door, there's a lady at the window, and she says, okay, are you Rachel? Yes. Okay, and you're Patrick? Yes. Okay, I will start with Madame. So again, I had my packet of documents, Patrick had his packet of documents. Even though we're married, you need your own set of documents. And so the lady at the window simply went through all of my documents. I handed each one of them over to her, and she recorded them. I also gave her copies of each. And then my process was done. And then next, I'm sorry, then I paid the 99 euros. She actually fingerprinted me right there, and my process was done. Then she went through Patrick. Again, we had separate folders. He submitted all the same documentation since we have the joint bank accounts. Of course, his social security information as well. And then she, after finishing going through all of his documents, she fingerprinted him, paid for uh, paid the $99, and basically that was it. It was as simple as that. No lawyer fees, about a 2 or 3 week process. And now we have our French residency visa, our French long stay visitor visa. That was it. So we went on April 9th, and on April 23rd, we got an email saying that they needed another document. So we emailed them that document, and then about 1 hour later, they told us that next week, either Monday or Wednesday, we could come and pick up our visa. I think France actually wants people to move there. They made the process so easy. That was it. No headaches, no attorney fees. We did it all. Now, one of the things to remember, and I think this is why we were so successful, they give you, on the website, they give you a list of items that you need to bring. So everything that was on the list of those items, we had them, and we had copies. Anything that needed to be certified, we had it certified. Anything that needed to be translated, we had it translated. So everything that they asked for, we had it ready for them. So it was simply that fast. So believe it or not, we are moving to France. Oh, one of the things that you have to have when you are moving to France, part of that process was to prove that you have a place to live in France. We have that because while we were in Albania, we flew to France for about 2 days, and we bought an apartment. We bought an apartment in Les Draps. So stay tuned, because I am going to share with you the process of what we went through to buy the apartment, as well as the process of fixing it up. It's just a small, cute little apartment. We didn't pay a lot of money for it. But if you know us, if you've been around us, then you know that over the years, we've purchased lots and lots of property. This is what we have done over the years. For the last 20 years, we've been buying properties. So we're moving to France. I can't wait to share. So if anything that I said in this video you find interesting or can help you in deciding to go ahead and move abroad and not worry so much about one place being the right place, being the forever place, because it does not have to be that, then please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me whatever you need to know or want to know in the comments. And I will see you in Les Draps. Bye-bye.